Here we are in the basement, my mom's house where I filmed my last video, and here across her basement living room is the sale for my FatCat2. This is a 145 square foot tan bark sale. It's a custom sale from Really Simple Sales. Duckworks was basically my broker, and I'll tell that story here in a little bit. But I thought I would take this moment to kind of talk about the sale and what I've learned in sailing the prototype FatCat2. So let's talk about sail size and catboats. I've got some notes here with a little bit on the sail size from some well-known cats. So the Marsh Cat by Joel White, 15 feet long, cold molded, carries 152 square feet. The 15-foot Sandpiper by Marshall Marine carries 166 square feet. The Ayers Pond 14-foot catboat carries 145 squares, while the 16-foot carries 200 squares. Why is this important? Well, this sail is bigger than what was originally spec'd. Originally, it's 132 squares, I think, something like that. And I actually had a Duckworks sail, a Dacron Duckworks sail with the boat when I first got it. And I sailed with it about the first 2 years. And then I decided that it wasn't enough in the light airs, and I would feel safe enough to go bigger. So the gentleman at Polytarp, David Gray, was kind enough to design me a larger sail using the rig parameters from my previous sail and build me a 145 square foot sail for my boat. And I cruised with that all last season. It was marvelous. He did wonderful work. He's no longer in the sail making business, sadly, but I've received several sails from him. It was marvelous. Really, really well. No complaints. But I decided I wanted to get another Dacron sail. And originally it was going to be cream, because that's also a really popular color with catboats. But that ended up the pandemic was in full force. It was very hard to source material. Anyway, I went through Duckworks because I knew their sail quality, and my boat originally had a Duckworks sail. And kind of did some back and forth. I ended up getting a personal loan, actually, to pick the sail up, so I could have it all in one go. There was kind of some back and forth, and it turned out that their in-house or their usual sailmaker did not have enough space to make this sail. I should note that throughout this entire process, the communication from Duckworks was absolutely marvelous. No complaints there at all. Really, really well done. Very happy to work with them. And then eventually they're like, well, we're getting your sail built. And I was very happy about that. And wouldn't you know it, a couple of weeks later, a big box showed up at my doorstep. And when I opened it up and saw that it had come from Really Simple Sales, I was absolutely ecstatic. Because if you don't know who RSS is, they've been making sails for quite some time now for small boats. And I am absolutely tickled pink with the workmanship and the quality. Sorry for some of these camera angles, I'm just wandering around the sail here. In this sail, the sail material is very, very thick. Everything is where and as it should be. There's some details there. Just really nicely done overall. I couldn't be happier. And at the price point that I was given, really, really good. So this is 146 squares. So why is that important, the sail size? So I've mentioned this, and I've gone back and forth with a few in my comments about what the designer experienced when he sailed the very boat that I sail. So a gentleman by the name of Mike Sandell used to own this boat, And it is considered to be the prototype FatCat2. And Mr. Michalak sailed it at his messabout when Mike brought it, because this boat used to live in Illinois before it moved to Vegas, and I got it. So several times actually. So he got to sail it. It was the first one. And actually, the FatCat1 actually was a design. It was never offered for sale, but it was a design. I mentioned it in a previous video. It would have had a pram bow, and it was never offered for sale. And this is FatCat2. But Jim Michalak said, it struck me as a very light boat with a really big sail. Well, I've gone 10 square foot over design, and empirically can tell you that there's probably more sail I could put up without feeling overpowered or that my boat was in danger. And I think the reason for that is simply that there's nothing in the water. Go check out my whole video again. There's nothing in the water as far as resistance comes to this boat. So it does feel like in sail like a much smaller, lighter boat. I have never been in danger of capsizing in this boat. I've never felt like the boat was going to go over. What happens is when you get overpowered, it just stops sailing well. And that's pretty much it. Nothing, no dramatics really happen. We've been in some weather, some pretty serious weather, and the boat was fine. Skipper wasn't. Boat was fine. So 146 squares. I hope at some point to put these in a location where if you're thinking of building a FatCat2 and you would like the larger sail area, I can send you that, or you can have access to that, because this has really livened up the boat. The extra 10 squares, really nice, does have 2 reef points, and they are important. Reef early, reef off, and it's catboat. You know, that's kind of how we work, but perfect. I have sailed at the 3rd reef in this size of sail. Or I keep saying 3rd reef. I always say 3rd reef. 2nd reef. I've sailed in the 2nd reef of this sail at full speed with some choppy winds. That bow cuts through the waves and she sails beautifully. So yeah, if your trepidation on this boat is about that, let me assure you, and if you would like to discuss this or see it, I would happy to. This boat really deserves more builds and more consideration, simply because it is very stable, it is relatively fast, especially when sailed well, and if it's just a fun cruising boat you're looking for, that you can take the family out, that you can carry a lot of weight on, that you can overnight on, or do several days on the water, the FatCat2 really does bear some consideration, and it always amazes me that more builds haven't been done. But here's the sail of the FatCat2. This is the bigger option, the Maxwell sail, if you will, up to 145 square feet. 2 reef points. It'll move you along very nicely in all wind conditions and any wave conditions that you will experience on sheltered waters. The person behind the tiller, of course, is a huge determining factor in that. But, yeah, really simple sails if you're looking for a small boat sail. Look them up. Also, look up the Duckworks loft, of course. Just go to Duckworks and click the sail link. You'll find them, too. Very high quality. There's no reason that you shouldn't. I highly recommend them. So, until my water stops being frozen, we'll see you next time. Captain's log update. It is 12:49. It is blowing like snot out here. 2nd reef is in. I noticed flags further out, standing straight out, which means that there's more wind than I was expecting. So I got my reefs in. Let me turn you around here. Can I turn you around? I don't think I can. Anyway, I'll turn the camera around. This is what it looks like. It's really smoky. I don't have a clear view of the sky, and it's blowing hard from the south. right? That's kind of rare. Normally it's easterlies, but yesterday it was hard easterlies. Today it's hard from the south. So before I get too busy having to sail, I've actually called my girlfriend down from where we live to help me put the boat on the trailer because it's going to be hard. So yeah, you got to be prepared for this, and but we are. So I'll update you later. Cat out.